Did you honestly believe that a man's side chick can contest his will in court, even if she was fortunate to get monthly payment from him when he was alive? Haba. Well, now you have the opportunity to hear the truth. So listen. Just recently, a friend shared a post with me where someone said that a side chick can contest a man's will in court as a dependent if she can prove via bank statement that she had been receiving money from him monthly. First, let us not make the mistake of limiting this conversation to side chicks, because some women also maintain and fund gigolos, that is, sugar boy. In other words, what applies to the side chick also applies to the gigolos. However, let me prepare your mind that this conversation is strictly based on law and not opinion. So patiently follow me in few minutes as I call up the relevant law. Ordinarily, Section 1 of the Wills Law of Lagos State empowers a person to distribute his property by will. And if the will complies with the law, it will be enforceable so that his executors can distribute his property as he has written down. But please note that there are some exceptions to this rule. In addition, please note that there are circumstances where a deceased person completely left out his dependents from his or her will. The question is, what will be the fate of that dependent? The big question to answer is, who are dependents? Section 2 of the Wills Law of Lagos State defines dependents, and it says, notwithstanding the provisions of Section 1 of this law, where a person dies and is survived by any of the following persons: A, the wife or wives or husband of the deceased, and B, a child or children of the deceased. That person or those persons may apply to the court for an order on the ground that disposition of the deceased's estate effected by his will is not such to make reasonable financial provision for the applicant. So, from the reading of this law, we can see that as far as Lagos is concerned, dependents can only be a wife or wives, husband or children of the deceased person. In actual fact, dependents are persons whom the deceased regularly gave formal support during his lifetime. This is so because members of the deceased family must be adequately provided for. Importantly, be it under testate or intestate situations, persons whom the law contemplates or refers to as dependents are family members. Please note that in Abia, Oyo, or Jigawa states, parents, brother, or sister of the deceased are added to the list of dependents. So what do we mean? That these laws and the list varies from state to state. But in all of this, it is always including only family members. But you see, there is a time frame within which any dependent can apply to court to contest the will of a deceased person. So the rule is that dependents are allowed to contest the will within 6 months from the date that probate was granted. So let me break it down. A person is said to be financially maintained by the deceased if he received substantial financial contribution or support in money or money's worth to meet his or her needs. In addition, please note that a child adopted or born out of wedlock qualifies as a dependent and can make a claim as a dependent. The law does not, however, allow an adopted child to contest the will of his biological parents. Note that the support received by the dependent does not have to be money alone, as payment of house rent or school fees can also qualify as support to make a claim. Finally, be warned that side chick, woman, or mistress not legally married to the deceased cannot contest his will. Same applies to a gigolo who is not married to a sugar mommy. He cannot contest her will.